Hey, it's Sydney, and today I'm going to talk about expectations and expectation frustration. Now, there's nothing inherently good or bad about expectations. Like everything else, it is just neutral until we apply ourselves and our own thinking and judgments onto it. So I'm not saying not to have expectations. It makes sense to have expectations when you set an intention to do something. You'd expect yourself to do it. You'd expect certain results from your actions, stuff like that. But just like me, oh my gosh, I'm recording this right now and there's like street sweepers going by, and that was not my expectation. I did not expect street sweepers. So expectations can create unnecessary frustration. And I think this is important to know because then when you experience that expectation frustration, you'll realize that that frustration doesn't serve you. And this just comes down to unrealistic expectations. Sometimes this could be in relation to a project, like unrealistic expectations on how long it's going to take or how easy it's going to be to accomplish something. I know I had this when I was doing animation and we were rendering some files because we were nearing our deadline. We had only that day and the next day until we had to compile all our footage, edit it, and then screen the work. And then of course that's when the computer decides to crash and stuff goes wrong. Your renderings, you realize that someone got the lighting off or something like that happens, and your expectation is that, okay, I have this much time, it's just gonna go smoothly all the way to the finish line, and then of course things like that happen and frustration sets in. So expectation frustration can come in when you have an expectation about an event over which you have no control. We didn't have control over whether or not the computers crashed, and they did, and then the air conditioning failed, which meant the computers would likely overheat. Things like that happening. Or it could be expectations about something in which you could have exerted control but didn't. Or it could be expectations about something in which you've given the control to other people. Kids have to experience this a lot because they pretty much aren't allowed to have control over a lot of what they do and the things that they're allowed to have if they want. So if you want something as a kid, you have to ask mom and dad whether or not you can have that or do that thing or go out with that friend. And it all comes down to this sense in your mind of injustice because it was supposed to be like this. And so if you ever find yourself being frustrated by your expectations being thwarted, it's a good idea to have a little laugh at yourself because chances are it was one of those things that you just couldn't have anticipated or you just didn't anticipate on this occasion, and you gotta roll with the punches at this point, and that frustration is not gonna help you because that frustration there is the rigidity, the not wanting to change the course you take in order to reach the destination. If you wanted to have a good time with your friends at a picnic and it starts to rain, the destination is having a good time with your friends. Even if the picnic's rained off, you can still probably find something cool to do. And just to end this one off, I'd like to give you guys a quote from Jimmy Dean, which I think is really cool, and it goes like this. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and more importantly, I hope you got something useful out of it. And if you think it would be helpful for anyone else, then you can share it. Also, leave a like and a comment if you have any suggestions for what you would like to see in future videos. That is everything. I will leave up various links, like where you can subscribe if you haven't, and other videos that might be interesting to you. Okay, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Hello, it's Sydney, and today I'm going to talk about expectations. Bird! Bird! Okay, sorry.